Adrian Ruruapi.
Oh, good choice. Chair.
I'm pleased to take a call, sir, on part 7, new part 7 for the Housing Legislation Amendment Bill. So first of all, can I point out again, I think it's already been said, but the public haven't had the opportunity to make submissions on this bill, and I took the opportunity to read some of the submissions from the 2013 Act, the Housing Accords and Special Housing Areas Act, and I came across a submission from the Salvation Army, who bemoaned and pointed out their concerns about the lack of any reference to affordable housing. So I stand to support this Part 7 because it is supporting affordable housing. It's really important. Now, I think there'd be very few in this House that would not see the value that the Salvation Army brings to this country, and in particular, addressing the issues of homelessness and affordable housing. Sir, more specifically to the Part 7, where the new Part 1 of Section 40 would mean that the surplus monies would be used for the functions of the corporation. And so I also took the opportunity to look at the functions of the Housing Corporation, and the very first one that is stated in Section 18.2a, providing rental housing principally for those who need it the most. And that really underpins this part of this new Part 7. And I want to commend Matidia Tude for bringing this to the House. I think alongside of all of the other new parts, those brought, and I want to acknowledge Phil Twyford for his work in bringing this comprehensive new parts to this bill. And so, sir, providing rental property principally for those who need it the most, this new part actually addresses that. And I think that it's incumbent upon this House to accept this. We've heard from Minister Joyce, as Matidia Tude pointed out, that they're already doing great. If we want to make sure that that is enduring, because if at a whim that the government can make that decision, well, at a whim they can turn it around as well. And I think that our country, in particular, those who need it the most, deserve better than that. And so, sir, I wholeheartedly support Part 7. I also want to, because this hasn't gone to the Select Committee, as I pointed out before, I read some others. I read the submissions from Turunanga or Ngaitahu and the submissions from Tainui Holdings Limited. And what struck me about their submissions to that principal bill that we're debating tonight is that they pointed out its deficiencies around addressing Māori rights within it. And I think in thinking about what that process would look like if those submitters had had the full opportunity to make submissions on this bill. Granted that these are new parts, they wouldn't have had the opportunity to speak on these as well. But I think it just highlights a point around the real importance of that process, and the real importance also that I am absolutely certain that, given the opportunity of speaking to this Part 7, that the majority of those submitters would be supporting it. They haven't had that opportunity. So we in this House must ensure that we bring that opportunity to them. And we must also ensure that those surplus monies that are generated within housing corporate. And another thing that occurred to me, if the government had a proper building program for more affordable housing, state housing, affordable housing, then there would actually be more profit to be shared again for the purpose of providing affordable housing. So, sir, I fully commend Part 7, the new Part 7 to the House, and I'm very happy to do so. Kia ora.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair,
I call
Mr. Chair,
Pini
Mr. Chair.
Henare.